Welcome back to yet another video where I have my red Chinese Hayabusa that's breaking down all the time, and I try to fix it. I think that I fixed it, but in reality I haven't done shit. Check this out. So in the last video I thought I fixed the electric starter. Turns out that I didn't. I have no idea what happened the last time. When I changed the Bendix in the previous video, I thought I fixed everything. The scooter started fine, worked fine, but then the next day I tried to do it and it didn't start. So what did I do? I went on Temu, I got one part, and then I got one more part that I don't think is gonna help me, but I think this part is gonna help me see if I can fix the whole electric starter issue. Right, so off Temu again, I've got one more part that I think is going to help me finally sort the whole electric starter issue, because I went to another shop that they specialize in checking batteries. They put them on this little tool and it checks the amps, checks the battery life, checks if the battery is charging while the scooter is running. Everything works perfectly. It shows on the tool that the battery is 100% perfect. So amps are good. The main thing that I thought was the problem were the amps, because if a battery has low amps, it wouldn't have enough power to hit the starter. So the starter pushes the Bendix, and then the Bendix rotates the variator. So the crankcase starts moving. However, that I think all of those things are good. It has amps. Previously, I thought that the Bendix was shorter and that I had gotten a longer one. I thought that was my issue. Turns out it wasn't. So the last thing that I think is a problem is the starter. And what did I do? I went on Temu. I spent a total of 15 bucks and I got myself a brand new starter for the Chinese GY6. So this is how it looks. It just bolts into two places inside the scooter. This thing goes to the starter relay, and hopefully things are gonna work out well. And then another thing that I got that I don't think is gonna help me out, also bought off Temu. This thing costed like $4, I think. Yeah, somewhere around $4. This is a regulator. So what this does, I think this converts power from AC to DC to the battery, and also helps out the whole electrical system. It powers up, it regulates power flow, I think. And this also charges the battery from the stator or the alternator on these scooters, however you call it. We're also going to change this thing, but I think there's no reason for me to change it, because I think the old one still works due to the fact that the battery is charging perfectly. I don't have any dimmed lights or anything. The main reason that people change these is when the battery either stops charging or suddenly when their lights start to dim. Even while they're driving, the lights randomly dim. They're very low, they're not as bright, and even the headlights just go out. So yeah, first things first, I'm gonna set up my scooter in the back here. I'm gonna open it up and we're gonna start working on removing the old starter, and then we're gonna put the new one in. Let's begin. Alrighty, so first things first, we're gonna pop open the seat. Put the feet here. This thing is gonna go up, and I'm just gonna, usually there's a couple of bolts that hold the seat bucket here. I have made it so there's a quick and easy access inside here. I call it quick release. I just remove the fuel cap and this whole thing comes out. And right now we have complete access into the whole engine bay, the outer part of the engine bay, I'd say. So we've got the starter relay here, and then we have the starter right here. Let me move up the camera inside so you can see better what's going on. Alrighty, hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. Hopefully you can see inside the engine bay. So, what am I supposed to do right now? The starter is located right here under this hose. This is for the air filter. So, I'm gonna remove this whole air filter, and I should have easy access inside this starter area. So give me a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna unbolt this and remove it so you can go ahead and remove the whole starter. Bro, this is literally held on by two 10mm bolts here. Right, both screws are out. Should be able to just remove this whole part. Yeah, I'm not even gonna, should I? I'm just gonna pop this out right there, and I'm just gonna leave this to hang on the side. Now, since we're working with electric things, I'm gonna unplug the battery so there's no power running around this whole thing, because I know that if you touch both of these, yeah, if you touch both of these with a metal thing, even if the scooter is not turned on, because I have the key in my hands, I can just put both of these things here and it's gonna start to crank. So we don't want to electrocute ourselves. Let me just remove the whole battery. Give me one sec. All right, battery is officially out. I have it right here. I'm gonna do a quick test and see if this thing works. No electrocution. That's perfect. Time to remove the main nut that holds the starter, which is this one right here. This is the starter relay. And okay, this should probably be a 10mm, I think. Yeah. So I'm gonna unbolt this, put it on the side, remove this part, and then remove the whole cable that I have right here. And time to start working on removing the starter. Removing the starter is actually really easy. Let me take out my phone. Okay. So to remove the starter, you have one nut here, or a bolt. Yeah, one bolt here, and then you have one more bolt down here. So there's two bolts holding this thing. So the whole plan is to just remove this one, remove that one, pull the whole thing out, and then put the new one in. Okay, I've managed to remove some of the cable so there's better vision here. I'm just gonna check out and see what's the exact size of these bolts. I can start removing them. This should be a 10mm, I think. So let's grab a 10mm, see if it fits here. It doesn't. Looks like it's an 8. This is in the way. Here we go. Okay, let's try it. Yep, first bolt is out. How the fuck am I gonna reach the other one though? Let me put an extension on this thing. Will this work? Let me locate the bolt. It's right here. Oh yeah, I think I got it. Fuck yeah, let's go. I'm just hoping that this starter is the exact same size as the other one. On the Temu store, it did say that it was compatible for the 50cc 139 QMB engine, which is this one right here. This is that 139 model. So I'm just praying and hoping that this is the right one. So first one out, second one, see if I can pull it out easier. Here we go. Both of them are out. Is this thing stuck inside the block? Oh, it's not. Look at that. And it's out. Let's go and compare this one with the other one. I have no idea where this thing came from. So I'm just gonna leave it here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's go on the table and compare both of these things. Oh, look at that. I missed this part. There was an O-ring stuck inside it. When I pulled it out, I checked this part. I saw on the new one that there was an O-ring here. And this thing got stuck inside. Good thing I got it out. Let's go and check it out. Right, time to compare both of our parts and see if they're any different. So, old starter motor right here has 2 bolts. New one also has 2 bolts. Their size is pretty much the same. The one difference that I see here is that there's 2 bolts here that hold the starter, and then there's 2 screws here that hold the starter. That's the only thing that I see different. Apart from that, everything else looks the same except this part. This here is reinforced with some metal, this new one, and then this old one is just open here. I don't know if that's gonna do any damage. Gonna check the teeth. Yeah, the teeth on both starters actually look really good. I don't know if you can see them, but both of them look okay. They're not that bad. And yeah, as I was saying, the O-ring was here on this part, and on the old one there wasn't an O-ring. It was stuck inside when I pulled it out. And this old O-ring looks good. It's not crusty, it's not brittle. It still moves around freely. But yeah, I think this starter was in the scooter for like what? This scooter is from 2008. It has around 30,000 kilometers. I think it's been there for a long time. Time to swap it out and see if it makes any difference. Alrighty, out with the old, in with the new. Let's see firstly if this thing wants to go inside. Wait, hold on. Before we go on, I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on this O-ring so it goes in smoothly. I think that might help. Give me one sec. Alright, I didn't put oil on the O-ring. I've got some WD-40. I've just lubed it up just a little bit so it goes smoothly inside. It doesn't creak or anything. Okay, let's see if it clicks in nice and well. Does it even want to go inside? It's fighting a little bit, but I think it's gonna go inside. One second. Let me measure the diameter on this part right here and see if it's the same as the old one. Right, I found out what's going on. Here are both the O-rings. This one here is the new one. This is the old one. With the new one, I'm having some trouble putting it in, but when I put the old O-ring inside, I'm just gonna put it right on top of the starter where it sits. And when I try to put it in with the old O-ring, you can see it just goes in really smooth. It just pops into place, just like that. Now, let me get, I think there shouldn't be any problem with me putting the old O-ring inside. Should be good. Because with the new O-ring that came with this original starter, it wouldn't want to go inside. I think it was too thick. Thick boy. Let's try to screw this thing by hand. Right, that should be in just a little bit. And grab our other screw. You know what I didn't do? I didn't even test to see if the starter actually works. Should have placed it on the starter relay firstly to see if it worked at all. Oh well, we're gonna do that later. I'm gonna screw it by hand just a little bit. First one is in. It's not fully tight because I want to make them go symmetrically in. Because I've learned that if you tighten one part, and then you go and tighten the other one. You might end up fucking up the whole, what's it called? The hole that the screw sits inside. You might fuck it up. So when you're screwing things like this, screw one side just a little bit, then screw the other side, and then tighten them up afterwards. Hopefully that helps you out in the future. Alright, this one is nice and tight. Let's get the extension for the other one. It's really hard to film and work on tight places like this. So hopefully you guys can see something. Alright, that one's tight as well. Alrighty, look at that. New one in. Let me just... So now we have the whole cable. And this part, I'm gonna remove the cap. And then this part is gonna go right here. It's hard doing it with one hand. Just like that. Where's my nut? Here's my nut. I'm just gonna put this back in place. This thing needs to be really tight so it doesn't come out. This thing used a 10 millimeter. I'll hold the cable and I'll just tighten it. It doesn't need to be over tightened, it just needs to be tight. I'll even try to put the cap here so we have more protection. It's not gonna go. Oh, there it goes. It went well. So, starter down here is connected well. That thing is connected. Time to put the battery inside and crank it over, see if we've fixed something. To see if it even cranks faster. Got my battery right here. Let's connect the negative to the negative, and then the positive to the positive. We should be good to go all the time. So the way that I'm starting it is I'm using the Kickstarter all the time. Now imagine you're going down in traffic somewhere and you sit down on a red light and you're driving a Chinese GY6. And what's very common for these scooters is they'll just randomly shut off when you're driving, or you come to a stop and this thing just randomly stops working for some reason, and then you have to kickstart it to start it up and drive. Now imagine you're at a red light, it stops, it turns green, you kickstart it, and then you go. It's really annoying. Negative is in. Time to see if we've done something. Where's my key? Here's my key. Oh God. Please work. Bro, that cranked so fast. Okay, that is what we wanted to hear. A fast crank and an instant start. Well guys, I think the electric starter issue is officially fixed. Look at this. I'm not even gonna give it gas. Fuck yeah, let's go. Finally fixed something for once. I'm so happy that I'm not gonna be kickstarting this bike ever again. Alright, let's put everything back where it was, and I wanna go and check out to see what's been happening with our old starter motor. You have no idea how much it was bugging me to fix that thing. I was just delaying it. I was like, I'm gonna fix it this day, the next day, and I kept trying to see cheaper ways to fix it. I had no idea that it could have been the whole starter motor, but I figured it was that since I've replaced everything related to the starter, and turns out that the starter motor was actually weak. Yeah, I think it was just weak and it didn't want to go in. So, since we don't need this thing no more, I'm just gonna remove it and we're gonna open it up to see if we find anything. I have no idea what's inside here. So we're just gonna go and see what we can find, if this thing even wants to. Oh, there we go. First one's cracked. Second one also cracked. Can I remove this cable so it's not in the way? Why did I choose the smallest screwdriver for this job? I'm gonna make it. Yep, there we go. This one's out. I'm just gonna remove the cable so it's not in the way. Boom, this is out, this is out. All right, so for this old starter, there's just 2 screws holding it here. And I think that if I unscrew them, I should be able to remove this cap and then open up the whole starter and see what's inside and why it was going bad in the first place. Oh damn, these are long. I didn't know they were this long. Yeah, they should be long because they're holding from here till here, I think. That's the reason why they're long. There we go. That's out. Now, does this thing want to come out? Yep, it's moving. Yep. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can see, but this part right here is, oh, there's an oil seal. This part is, I thought that this would be really covered inside with oil, but it's not. It's actually, it's dirty, but it's not oily. It's not wet inside. This part is really dry, and I'm gonna leave it aside. And then we have this part right here. This is the motor. Can I pull this out? Yep, this thing comes out just like that. Here's how it looks. Let me see if there's anything. I don't see anything broken. Everything's connected well. I mean, it was working inside the scooter. And here's both the brushes. So as you can see in here, both of them have grooves that they've been used. So I think that these things are worn off, and maybe the whole motor itself is worn out. But realistically, there's no point of me changing this. Well, I mean, there's no point of me repairing these and changing them because a whole starter motor costs 15 bucks. It's better off to just buy a new one, put it in, that's that. Plus, it's off Temu, so it's even better. So I was also saying that I was going to replace the regulator, but I'm not going to do that because the old one works perfectly fine. There's no point of me just removing a good part and putting a new one because the old part is still working. I'm happy that I've managed to fix the stutter issue with my scooter. It's gonna run perfectly now. From what you heard, it cranks really fast. It starts instantly, and there's no issues with the Bendix. So pretty much what happened in the previous video, I bought the Bendix for no reason. Could have used the old one and it would have still worked. But it is what it is. We have an extra Bendix right now if things go south with this one. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video that I did. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.